a 7-tonner truck. It's a compactor. It compacts the waste so that we can carry much more. And it's state of the art, and that can be very useful to the work. So I hand you over the key, sir. In good time I would have shaken your hand, but there we go.
It's okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Rita Kavashe, the CEO of Isuzu East Africa. I'm here with my colleague, the PS for Housing and Urban Development, PS Charles Hinga. Also, I got the Director General of Nairobi Metropolitan Service, General Badi. We are all here at this level because this is a very, very important intervention, which will make a very big difference and indeed, I'm sure, save lives. First, I'd like to appreciate the effort and the gesture by Isuzu East Africa to support this program, which, as you know, was launched by the President, recently, the National Hygiene Program, or in short, in Kiswahili, Kazi Mitaani. It is so important because, first, it addresses the health issues of our country, and in particular, the informal settlements. We identified about 5 or so informal settlements across the country. Nairobi, of course, being the biggest one, with a number of informal settlements. Then we had some in Kwale, we had some in Mombasa, Kilifi, Kisumu, and Nakuru. And this is what really is going to make a big difference, because in addition to preventing the transmission of the virus through these preventive measures, it also creates job and work to do for our youth. I saw the pictures last week on the first day itself, how a lot of the youth across those 5 or 6 counties were so busy actually, doing valuable work. And so this gesture by Isuzu East Africa will go a long way in terms of supporting this program. And let me also say that we require this kind of corporate support, because this fight against COVID-19, it cannot be won by one party. Government alone cannot win this battle of COVID-19. The corporate sector cannot win alone. Mwananchi cannot win on their own. So we need to come together in this kind of partnership, and this is what will make a very big difference. And so we like to request other corporates to basically follow this very noble gesture by Isuzu East Africa. And I know you've been doing this, Rita, and your board and management. You've been doing this for many years. Well, like you said, in my previous life, I used to come here looking for business. And Isuzu was always a very good AAA partner for us in the bank. And so we are happy that you have come up with these key interventions. As you know, in the formal settlements, we have a lot of issues with garbage collection, which also creates other hygiene and public health issues. And so this waste compactor, during the coming 1 month, it will make a very big difference in terms of those areas like Mukoro, where it is targeted. Then, as you know, the water trucks or water boosters, prevention is the key in terms of making sure that we do not transmit this virus. You heard about us talking about sanitizers, washing of hands with soap. So in terms of prevention, be assured that these 2 water boosters will make a very big difference in terms of limiting the transmission of the virus. And so we are happy to be here. And I believe that with continued partnership and collaboration, we shall be able to defeat this monster called COVID-19. We are doing all we can as a country to sensitize our people. You saw us the other day at Kenya Railways, the station, creating what we call sanitizer tunnel, which was done by one of our companies here, this numerical machine complex. This is kind of things we need to do to make sure that we stay safe. And Kenyans need to know that government is doing all it could to make sure that we limit the transmission. Now for Nairobi, we are very privileged to have now new leadership in terms of the management of the operations, some of these key issues, and to have Nairobi Metropolitan Service headed by General Badi. And with him, we know things will be all right, because as you know, he's a military person. You know, things are done with military precision. And so we feel very comfortable that having got these keys, I will now hand over to him, because he is the one who executes, like I said, with military precision. One day I was with him in the evening in my office. I think the first week he was appointed. And he told me that day he was going to work, he was going home, remove his tie and suit, put those gumboots, and he told me he would be in the field until 3 a.m. in the morning. So we can't be luckier than we are, General, to have you, to be able to execute these interventions with the highest expectations, and this will benefit our people. So now it's my pleasure to hand over these keys to General Badi, who will do the execution, as I said, with the military precision. In terms of the vijanas employed, you know, General said 10,000 Nairobi. In total, we have something 226,180 of those youth being accurately deployed in 8 counties and about 27 informal settlements. 27 informal settlements. So you can see the outreach. And this is just the first stage, because after we do this first stage, the issue will be escalated to make sure we cover more areas as we target fighting this COVID-19. Once again, thank you very much.
In Nairobi Metropolitan, we have already started distributing water to all the slums free of charge every day. And that exercise took off the same week that I took over office. We have also started a comprehensive plan on garbage collection using the National Youth Trucks. So it's an ongoing program, but due to limitation of resources, this will come in handy, especially at this time when we are dealing with Corona. So this good gesture of the compactor and the water bowser will just augment our current program of garbage or solid waste collection and water distribution to all the informal sector. So there could never be a better time than today getting this gesture. And as the CS said, he would also urge other corporations to follow the footpath of Isuzu in helping the national government achieve its objective, especially kazi mtaani. The children that have been employed by the national government through the guidance of His Excellency the President, we have them divided into various sectors. Some of them are working on clearing the drains, especially now that it's raining. Some drainage within our transport sector gets clogged. The other group deals with litter collection or solid waste collection, which goes in well with what we have received today, because we have caught quite a number of youths. In fact, Nairobi has employed almost 10,000 plus youths from all the informal sector to work for this kazi mtaani. So the third ones are the ones who are working in hospitals to clean up the hospitals and litter collection around the hospitals. And the fourth group, 5 groups actually, the fourth group is to create awareness within the informal sector so that people are aware of the health issues. And the last group of women will be sewing these masks and will give them free distribution to all informal sector. So that's our comprehensive plan for Kazi Mtaani, and I assure you that you'll see a difference within a month. Thank you very much.